Couple more questions, Jim. This one has been sent in by several people. What are your thoughts about the WWE and specifically NXT bringing back In Your House as an event?
Well, I didn't know. Are they going to, or what do I think about? Should I campaign for them to do so?
NXT is going to be having In Your House.
Well, but in this case, they're actually going to travel across the country and do the match in everybody's house individually because of the social distancing. They can't. I understood the concept. The concept was explained to us when they started the In Your House pay-per-views in 95, that instead of the big four, now we're going to do a pay-per-view once a month. But the thought was if we do one once a month and charge full price, then we'll burn out the big matches and burn out the big shows and also burn out the people's resources. That's why Vince had the idea to do a shorter pay-per-view at a lower price with matches that had been built to, but at the same time not goddamn Steve Austin versus The Rock at the Astrodome. And that was the concept until they realized that that was fine for 1995 because business sucked. But then WCW started doing more full-fledged pay-per-views, and then business started picking up for wrestling in general. And then they figured, well, fuck, now we're costing ourselves money. We'll just go ahead and charge full price for all of them. And then the In Your House slowly faded away. But I remember there were a lot of wrestlers pissed at the first In Your House because some fan was going to win an actual house. Remember, that was the gimmick. They were going to call up and whoever they called would win a house that they had purchased somewhere. They could do whatever the fuck they went to with it. Probably turned into a goddamn crack house or whatever. But because in 95, even the champion, nobody was making a ton of money relative to the overall scheme of things in the WWF. So there was nobody on that card, even in the main event. I guess Diesel was the champion then. Nobody was going to make a payoff equivalent to the money that fucking fan was going to get. And they were hot. But then later on, they stopped giving away houses and started paying better. And then it was a better paying proposition a few years later to be on pay-per-view. But yeah, that's what it was. And I mean, what is In Your House now? It's a name that they had and they had a trademark on or whatever, but it's not going to be any different. Right now, it's going to be a match in front of very few, if any, people, no matter how they fucking spin it. Would it not be?
It will be at Full Sail, and I believe they're doing it, and I could be wrong, because it's the 25th anniversary of the initial In Your House pay-per-view.
Okay, so maybe they'll just do it one time. I thought you meant they were bringing back an In Your House pay-per-view series or something. Well, still, it's not in your fucking house, unless they're going to give away a house. It doesn't really have anything to fucking do with In Your House anymore.
Wasn't it the case? I mean, maybe I'm getting this wrong. I haven't thought about this in a while, where, Vince's idea was that we do these budget pay-per-views in between the big pay-per-views, it'll get more people to purchase it. But didn't the actual opposite really work where, and I guess it was Bischoff who said, let's just start doing more regular pay-per-views at regular price. And people wouldn't think of it as a budget pay-per-view, and they'll buy it. And that ended up working. I believe that's what I basically stated just shortly ago, that WCW started doing more at regular price, and it didn't hurt them a bit. And actually, it did the opposite when people said, well, that's only the fucking $19.99 show. We'll wait till it's the $39.99 show or whatever, which is fucking stupid. Still going to be a wrestling show, whatever the fuck. But anyway... But yeah, so they just said, fuck it, we'll just go, instead of 2 hours, we'll just do the 3 hours and we'll just charge full price 12 times a year. And that worked. But in 1995, I don't think it would have worked for either company. I really don't. Because there was not a lot of fucking good wrestling nor people wanting to see any more of what they were seeing.